Hi everyone, my name is Jimmy Saroka and welcome to the broadcast. If you're brand new with me, I've spent about the last 5 months of my life on the internet. It has been one hell of a journey and it all begins right here because as spring summer trails, we figure out what the hell I'm talking about because I'm really just utilizing convenient situations from my past and different conspiracy stuff that's really going to help to gain some social attention. Realistically, I don't care about any of it. I'll probably end up throwing it all out. Everybody wants to be famous, and I think they're nuts for just wanting fame. But, you know, that's my standpoint. Anyway, what I talk about on this broadcast is what we're going to do next. What I'm going to do next. Because I don't know yet. All I know is we have a safe, secure place for this month, and then with proper stimulus, we will also have domicile for a month after that. Takes about 67 days to build a habit. So, God willing, with these good habits of exercise and proper diet, if that piece of it works out. If it doesn't, I won't get frustrated. I'll find someone to help us with food. Not that hard. And can't find someone to help with rent. Not that hard. We'll find someone to help us. And then after these 2 months, our paycheck comes in, and then my paycheck comes in, and we should be good to go. So these next 2 months are going to be a little difficult, but after that, I finally realized that so long as the super chat continues to flow, so long as the ad rev continues to flow, so long as you guys continue to share, then we should be on a good track, and I may be able to go and travel sustainably, maybe a week or a month at a time in whatever place I go to. It's probably going to be a we go to. More than likely, it will be a month at a time. That's what I would like to do, to move a bit slower and be a bit more secure and stable, at least for like a year or two. I have no idea yet. I don't have that mapped out. But once we have it more, have these next 2 months mapped out a little better, and we can map out what to do the month after that, then maybe we find a way to fund the ability to travel more and travel faster with the help of others. So, but that's going to start with these next 2 months being secure and stable and consistent. So, thanks for being here. I'm going to ask you guys what you're going to want to see next. Hot Lips, welcome on. Christopher Hendricks, welcome on. So, I did absolutely bait you guys by asking, saying that the attention and whatnot makes me uncomfortable. It doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. It's just an easy way for me to call out my haters and figure out people who think they're really, really smart, and then they come in with like a plan, because that's what all these weirdos do. A hole, and then they jerk in a circle and say, let's figure out how can we get upset Jimmy. And it actually doesn't upset me when you are sexually aggressive in my direction. I've definitely been traumatized by it in the past, but it doesn't upset me all that much because it's free views, and a lot of people that are in your arena are going to be willing to pay me for simply tolerating that behavior in my life. So, not really seeing the downside here for me. You're not going to trigger me, and I really appreciate you showing me that you're not as smart as I am. Welcome to VPs. If you want to size up, you're going to keep losing. You wanted to play a game, so now I'm playing a game with you. If you don't want games anymore, quit playing games with me, because I can play your games better than you can. I never have, but I am ready to play them. And I don't have to cheat to get money. I can get paid to sit here and mess with my haters. And it'll be fun. And everyone will enjoy it. Start wising up and realizing that the reason that I entertain your BS is because I care about you. And the more that you try to convince yourself it's not true, and you just want to mess with me. You're the idiot because you're missing out on a genuine relationship. You're missing out on a legitimate conversation, and you're fooling yourself into the idea that I'm like some tool, which is absolutely pathetic and sad, and I feel bad for you because I'm actually here for you people. And for those of you who can't get that through your head, it's just real, real sad that you're going to miss out on me. Because I'm smart enough to know I'm missing out on you. Every human life is valuable. I'm doing my best to treat it as such, while at the same time defending myself appropriately. All right. Kate, welcome on. How are you? Yosemite goes, are you really making an educational sex tape with Kate? No. No. Guys, here's the deal. If you run to other people for the highlights of my videos, what do you think you're going to get? Watch my replays. Thank you for coming to the platform. Go watch my replays. You'll learn a thing or two. All right. I'm not sexually interested in anybody other than Kate really right now. It's really funny. It's not funny. It's just I'm starting to realize how programmed I was. Because in my mind, I had to have blonde hair, blue-eyed, big breast, big butt, female. And when I was about 18, I was dating a girl like that. And she was like the physical epitome of perfection to me at that time. And honestly, I regret not making love to her. I regret not having sex with her. That's life. And Kate's not uncomfortable with this. She tells me stuff too. She just doesn't publicly about her own life and her past and whatnot, and her feelings and all that. There was also another girl that I dated when I was 18 who was just, she was just gorgeous, and she was just beautiful young woman. And once again, my religion stepped in the way. There were just so many great opportunities for relationships, and I mean genuine, emotionally attached, positive relationships I could have had. And I just tossed them to the wayside for, whatever. Anyway, I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to know those girls. But man, did I miss out. And I'm not talking about a piece of meat. I don't see girls as a piece of meat. I'm saying that their personality and their body were just like, on point. Like, really, these girls were fantastic. And as Kate is here with me, she's fantastic. And I need to remember that and just be grateful every minute. And that's what I'm starting to do, is look her in the eye and put social media to the side in my mind when I'm with her, right? Is social media can't be put to the side in my life. It can't happen. But it can be put to the side in my mind. And it's really opening my eyes to the ways that I have hurt her emotionally. It's opening me up to see her reactivity and the ways that I have damaged her, and also the ways that she's been damaged from her parents and people online. And if I want to be with her, I'm going to have to take all of it on. Not only what I've caused in the past, but also what they've caused. And I think part of the reason that I ended up hurting her in the first place the way that I had was because I was so focused on them. I wouldn't put anything on me. And there really wasn't anything on me in the beginning. But as I continued to put focus on someone else, realistically, when we first started traveling, if I could have just put it all to the side and her and I focus on each other, and gone on the internet and said, hey, we need help and we'd appreciate helping build the platform, and we stayed there for the time that we had to stay there, I bet you we could have done it, and then things would have just gone much more smoothly and more stable. But at that point in my life, I believed I had a mental illness. At that point in my life, I believed that other people were right about me. At that point in my life, I thought that we had to have this 2.4 kid Catholic family, and there was just so many variables that I didn't account for. And it just led to some pretty unhealthy behavior from both sides. And I think Caitlin and I are both coming to see how much we've hurt each other. And both of us were focusing on her parents and no matter how much her parents lied or manipulated, it doesn't change what we chose to do. And so now we're trying to make a better choice to take our focus off of all of our past manipulators and our past haters and all these people who continue just to try to lie to us to justify their position. We're trying to take hold of who we are and move forward with, who we are. And there's a lot of stories to tell because there are people who've gotten hurt along the way that I definitely didn't mean to hurt. And there are definitely one person, and that is Josh, that I hurt and I meant to hurt because of just how badly I'd been lied to and how much damage had been caused and just the entitlement uh, of someone at his age of what was going on. And, he's working through that and he's getting his life back on track. And I think that's awesome. And we're appreciative of any help that he throws our way or any help that you guys throw our way. But at the same time, it's stuff that has to be addressed on some level. I'm just trying to figure out what he wants. If he wants me to share these things publicly about what I did to him, does he want me to share them privately? I didn't even ask him that because I'm afraid to know. But I'm going to ask him what he wants. I'm going to ask him if he wants me to tell his side of the story if he feels unheard. And I promise you I will. And I'll tell you everything that I did. And I did it because I could see the devil in his eyes. And it's there. And it's not paranoia. So, is that who he is? I don't think so. Is that who he was? Maybe. What I do know now is that we're all moving on. At least I hope so. And I'm going to ask him what he would like me to do. Because in respect to myself, in respect to you guys, and in respect to him, I want to know what everyone feels is best. What do they need from me? And I'm going to do my best to do that and move on. As far as my family and Kate's family and everything, that just has to be numbed in the bud and put in the past. But Josh is still in my present. And I don't know if I really want that. But right now, we don't have all that much of a choice. So, realistically, we're grateful for the help. But I cannot confirm nor deny the ways that he's helping. But I'm letting you know that he's in my present. And the God's honest truth would be, if we didn't need anybody's help, Kate and I would not really be talking to anybody right now. Because we are sick of everyone, we're tired of being lied to, and we really want to just hunker down and focus on us because we're the one that need to heal. We need to heal our relationship, we need to heal who we are, and all these just toxic and destructive attitudes that have been imposed upon us over the past year between Kate and I, and then over the past couple of years for me, and then obviously the lives that we grew up in. It's gonna take a hell of a lot of time to get through, but we'll get through it. So, excuse me. All right, this dude goes on nap time every broadcast. That's just gonna have to be how it is. New York Hellcat goes, hot lips, you're sick in the head. Sandra, I don't know what you're talking about. Sandra, he hears all the things that I'm saying. It's his prerogative. Him and I will have that conversation. I don't think you realize how much he abused me. He knows. I'm only letting out the pieces that I have to, out of respect to his privacy. Here's the thing, guys. Josh didn't mean, I want to believe that Josh didn't mean to do to me what he did. He knows sure as hell I didn't mean to do to him what I did. And the stuff that I did do intentionally was with good intention. It was absolutely psychotic, but it was with good intention because I saw a man who had no hope if somebody didn't step in and show him what the hell was going on in life. And for all he had done for me, I didn't want to leave him out in the dirt. No pun intended. Hard love happens. And what happened in that house was hell for all of us. And you don't get to demonize me just because I'm the one on screen. Convenience doesn't work that way. You can try, but I'm not going to take it on. you're bipolar, but you are still hypersexual. I would say so. And I'm so grateful for Kate being in my life, for people like you who are willing to throw it right in my face. I never would have seen it. I never would have known. I just thought I have a high libido. No, I don't. I definitely don't have a high libido. I have a sexual addiction to pornography. And I'm working through that. And I'm getting better with it every day. And like I said, that's not me writing off pornography as evil. I think a lot of it is very askew and not accurate to sexual health. I've done my own research looking for legitimate sources of pornography that would be, more tender and more honest towards how love is made. At least, maybe in like a traditional sense. There's some people, everybody has their fetishes, right? There's people that like different things. But for me personally, and Kate personally, it's impossible to find something it's almost impossible to find just regular, natural love making. Like literally impossible. And yet, it's considered to be this, industry that's spoken of poorly, obviously, of most people, but to some, it's just like, this is adult themed content. It doesn't seem all that adult to me. It seems to me as though it's geared towards children, very heavily geared towards children. Um, and that's coming from a psychoanalytical perspective as well as an algorithmically analytical perspective. There's a lot of ways in which these websites work that they're engineered towards children. There are children's websites that are purchased where the names will be very close to things such as Transformers. Maybe they add an extra S at the end or something like that. And when someone hits a typo, it'll take that child to a porn site. And that's been common practice for over a decade, but things need to change. That's the point. Jen says, hey Josh. Jen, I miss you, says Badger B. Rosita says, it may be therapeutic for you both if you share it. That's going to be between him and I to choose. That's going to be a conversation him and I have. Fancy meeting you here. Something. Badger B. Well, I'm glad people are talking. Good for you. Josh is the devil's. Okay, you need a sub. I like. You know what? I like this mute button even better than the block button. What's so nice about the mute button or the timeout button is that I get to press it repeatedly. I don't get to just block you once. I get to block you every single broadcast. That's fun for me. Sandra, you as well. Social pressure. And guys, putting social pressure on Josh is extremely inappropriate, especially when you know about like his level of emotional vulnerability. Now, he's gotten a lot better with it. He's gotten a lot tougher. But like in the past, when you guys would bandwagon, like you have no idea how much damage you did to him. And when we lived in Wilkes-Barre, it wasn't all bad. There was a lot of conversation that was had, and he shared a lot with me about, the ways that he had been manipulated. And he's not a weak guy. He's a very strong guy. At the same time, though, is neither one of us are the kind of people that really knew what you were doing. And between him, Kate, and I, Caitlin was kind of like the mediator in that piece of it, piecing together what happened. And we were both kind of just like, well, crap. And then I started to teach him because I learned it from Kate. And then I was like, oh, wait, this happened, this happened, this happened. This is what they did. This is how it happened. That makes sense. And we kind of just pieced it together, all of us together, pieced it together. And it didn't work out, and it wasn't going to work out, but in some weird way, everything happened for a reason, and not a bad reason. Joe Blow, I got time. I'm giving you my time. And it is worth a hell of a lot more than you know. And I would love to actually produce value for you. I would. But I will not spout extreme knowledge to entitled people who think that I should give them stuff that I have died for pennies on ad revenue. It's not going to happen. I'll sooner sit here and sort through all of my feelings and the drama from my past for free. And when my income is to where it should be in about 2 months, I will begin to show you entertainment. I will never even charge for the things that I know, because I don't have time to share them with people who more than likely will never believe it to begin with. It's not worth it. I will no longer waste my time, because I just sound crazy to most people anyway. It's not worth it. Gordon, here's the thing. A whole bunch of internet psychologists cannot decide my sex drive. This is my point. Like, you guys will go to WebMD. This is how I know you're a bunch of middle-aged moms. You go to WebMD, you'll read some articles, and then you'll come to my broadcast and try to diagnose me. Like, you're probably misdiagnosing your own children. Do yourself a favor and go to an actual doctor, okay? Me personally, I'm going to find one who knows a little bit more than the last one I visited, a little bit more than the ones I was raised with. You better believe I'm going to get reevaluated. I'm going to get myself reevaluated. I'm going to get myself put into therapy. I'm going to do that for me. When I'm in a position where they actually have the ability to ascertain what the hell is going on here. And that's not going to be for a very long time, because I don't have the paycheck to afford a doctor that would even know what the hell is going on to begin with, let alone what to do with it or how to sort through it. It's going to take me some time. And I'm going to have to personally work through as many issues as I can while I get there. And I'm doing very well. So no, I don't have a mental illness. But I do have a lot of people problems. And I'm finding my way through it. How's Kate's wisdom tooth? Jen, that is Kate's business. With all due respect, that is not your business. Mimi says, can't you get on Medicaid? That is also not anybody's business. Thank you, Mimi. Mimi, just know that I'm doing what I have to make sure that I am insured. But I'm not going to share that. Can you ask her? No, she is a human being who is separate from this platform, and she does not exist in your world. She is not here for your beck and call. Guys, you were privileged to have Kate around. You abused that right, and so you lost that right. The reason I still maintain the right of Caitlin's company is because I'm willing to right my wrongs, help support her while she gets on her feet, and make sure to protect her from other people who want to continue to abuse her rights as a woman and as a human being. Yosemite asks, is paranoia considered a mental illness? Paranoia? I don't know. I don't have the ability to diagnose that. What I can tell you is that the paranoia that I experience is decreasing day over day. Even my comment in the beginning of the stream about people giving me compliments intentionally to make me feel uncomfortable could be seen as paranoia. Now, I'm smart enough to know that it's not paranoia. Unfortunately, I did take the bait, ironically, right? I baited them, but then I took the bait on them and then said it out loud. And even as I was saying it, I was smart enough to ascertain, hey, Jimmy, it would probably be a lot smarter if you just kept your mouth shut and let them do what they're doing instead of call them out and make yourself look paranoid. And then they'd keep doing good, and you'd make even more money, and people would like you more because you're not just being a jerk. But, got to keep working on it. I got to work on that patience. The biggest mistake I've been making is trying to downgrade my pride. And downgrading my pride was a mistake because I thought bringing pride down was the answer, is bringing up humility. Making the humility match the pride is the solution here. And that's what I'm working on. I'm not going to bring down who I am ever again for anyone else. That was stupid. That was just straight up dumb. I know who I am. I know my worth. What I didn't account for was that I was supposed to keep that where it's at, but also bringing up my humility. And I understand if most of the general populace doesn't have the psychological capabilities of ascertaining what's going on in my mind or in my life or the future that's coming for my life. But I'm the one who can calculate that out and make sure to utilize whatever I have to get there. And doing so in an honest fashion is the reason that I'm guaranteed to get there. Um, for anyone that's on board for that, I appreciate your company. But for anyone who was wondering about me being harassed, my last broadcast, we made $50 in Super Chat. So I hope this tells you a little bit of how things got this way and how I began to get abused incessantly and receive defamation campaigns against me, complete lies being made for years about me. It's because I made a couple of dollars. And I mean a couple of dollars. And it has just blown way out of proportion. But what I'm going to finally do is focus on myself, focus on my career, drown out the BS, let them talk, and make even more money because I'm doing that. As far as anyone in the chat, there's going to be certain chats where just the entitled people who do nothing with their lives are going to be in here super jealous and complaining. And so you're just going to have to leave the positive comments down in, after the video. During the video, you might not really get to comment all that much. I'm not going to apologize for that because it's not really my fault, that there's that many crazy people out there that are jealous of a couple of dollars, but just let them do as they do. And here, let me tell you something. Far before I ever did anything wrong, they were losing their crap. And trust me, they were losing their minds before I ever made a dollar. So I'm letting you know right now. Now they may have an excuse to say that they don't like me or that they have a reason to talk the way that they do. But I'm letting you know that far before I did anything wrong, they had plenty to say. First dollar. I remember when I got on Periscope and no one was taking me seriously, and within a couple of days, it was monetized. I became super broadcaster and I was a gold VIP within a month. And people just lost their minds over that. He's a scammer, he's a this, he's a that. They photoshopped an image of me and said that I'm talking to kids. The most insane stuff you could possibly think of. And the dumbest thing I ever did was give them a minute of my day. So if there's anyone getting into social media right now, and you make something of yourself rather quickly, do not engage with the losers. Do not engage with the people who had their shot, and they shot their shot and they failed. The reason I'm not one of them is because I'm the one moving on from it. If you're in my position, if you are dumb enough to give them the time of day for even a second, because trust me, what you see here, it starts with giving them the time of day for a second. Learn the lesson now. Do you. Do not ever give heed to any of other people's crap. Don't listen to them. Don't pay them mind. Talk right over them. Because as rude as it might seem, to talk right over them. It is better to talk over somebody than let them continue to bash you. Think about it like these people that go to these rallies, and when it's supposed to be a civil rally, and they do not engage with you. Well, you can engage with me. I'm right here. This is my point. Guys, while I'm talking, I am paying attention to the comments. All right, I'm subliminally recognizing the usernames. If I see somebody new, I'll say hi to you, and we can have a conversation. I can talk through this. Don't you sweat it. Sometimes it gets hard. It does. I'll do my best. But engage with me, talk to me, and I'll talk to you. And I have the ability to single you out and have that conversation. Just know that it's difficult. It's not very easy. I'm getting better at it, but I've never really tried to do that. I either just blocked everything out and I just talked over everybody because they're all nuts, or for the most part, as you can see, or on the opposite end, I would just straight up just shut down or freak out. And I don't do that anymore because I'm realizing that we went to the grocery store and I see where things are going. I see where things are going, and I know if I don't double down and focus right now, I'm not going to have a future. There's a lot of people that are not going to have a future that genuinely still believe that they're going to. And the future they're going to have is a little bit different than they think they're going to have. Zimmer woman, welcome on. How are you? Just got here. What's the topic? The topic currently is what am I going to do next? And since you're brand new, we don't have to talk about that yet. You know, you're probably like, well, Brand, I mean, unless you want to, I'm going to be hunkered down here in this hotel for about 2 months while my girlfriend and I'm going to be doing workout content and also cooking. Yeah, just real boring, real short-term stuff. Hi. Not really interesting stuff all that much. It's going to be fun for those of us that are going to be hanging out. Not every broadcast is as rough as this. I just got paid $50 last broadcast, so that usually attracts the bees. Honey attracts the bees. I'm not new. I'm Amy Lorraine's mom. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, welcome on. And so we're trying to figure out what we're going to do after that. But the grocery store, like, totally tripped me out because they had like arrows where you can walk and saying, you know, it's for coronavirus. And to a degree, yeah, I'm sure it is. And I would talk about more of it, but a way that people are kept from really getting any legitimate traction with their opinions about what's going on is, you know, the mental illness of paranoia. So I'm just going to disacknowledge the conversation completely for the sake of my health. You good, bro? I get curious. I'm such a like, what is it? People watcher. I'm like a total people watcher. It's terrible. It's like an addiction. I love people watching. I love hearing what people got going on. I don't know why. Like, I don't use it or anything. I just get curious. And I'll keep my mouth shut. I don't get involved. But I don't know. That's how I am. Anyway, I was raised that way too. Caitlin, are you hungry?
A little.
Okay, because I am too. What's going on?
Oh,
Just flip around. See that hair. Did you do that? The little. Is that supposed to be like Star Wars?
I thought about that
Oh
when I
my
did
gosh,
it.
it's
Like,
so
it was,
cute.
It was just a straight hair. I didn't know what to do with, so I did it, and then I looked at myself like, I have a Jedi braid.
You do. You really do have a Jedi braid. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's weird. Like, I'm not even hungry. I think I'm just stressed out, so I want to eat, kind of thing. I think I am hungry. This is a lot of work. Guys, let me tell you, like, you can work your brain and not even work your body and get hungrier. It's weird. I don't know how that works physiologically, but I am actually hungry and I can't figure out how. I'm just sitting here. I've been sitting around all day. I mean, we went to the grocery store, but I'm genuinely hungry. It's not just stress. Oh, I love some cereal right now. The Cocoa Puffs? Thank you. And what am I craving? I cannot figure out what I'm craving. That works for me though. Are you gonna eat with me? Or are you not hungry?
I'm a little hungry.
You gonna have a little bit?
Yeah.
You sit on the bed, I'll sit over here. We can eat together. That's another thing, guys, is we're starting to eat together, guys and girls and everyone else. We're starting to eat together. It's very nice, very enjoyable. Have we ever really eaten together all that much? I can't say we have. Like before we were here.
Like, we would eat together, sort of.
Not really. I'd be on my phone working and you'd be
Yeah.
miserable that I'm ignoring you. Hey, we were not doing great.
Yeah. There was a couple times where we, like, actually.
New York Hellcat, you probably left before the broadcast was over. We made $50 a super chat. What were you saying? What's up?
Like, there was a couple times when we put things down and we were talking during there, but almost weren't really.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we went to a restaurant, we, you know.
Focused.
Yeah.
I think that's why I enjoy going to restaurants with you so much. Because we'd actually focus on being there with each other. God forbid I do it at home. Now I do. Better late than never. Mimi says, will you be having a set schedule? That I don't know yet. What I can tell you is that schedule will always shift. And as it does, I will not be sharing it for the most part, more than likely. It really just gives people an opportunity to organize and just like, frickin' people are nuts. So if I do, you're not gonna know about it, more than likely. PayPal goes, we are winning. Well, that's great. Enjoy it. I'd rather you win and I get paid than me lose both ways. This person's telling me they're winning. I go, good. You enjoy that win. I just want to get fed. That's a start. I'll figure out the rest in time. I will figure out the rest in time. I'll start with my paycheck. You know what, Cape? I'm not even gonna put them on timeout anymore. I'm not. They're literally not even worth the button click. I have to realize that. Like, I finally have to just let it off my heart. Jimmy, they are not your responsibility. Jimmy, they are not your responsibility. Jimmy, they are not your responsibility. They are burning themselves alive, lighting their own houses on fire, and sitting there rocking back and forth while screaming, saying it's your fault. Jimmy. It's not your fault, Jimmy. They're ruining their own lives. You can't control it, Jim. Can't control it. When people choose social suicide, you have to allow them to do as they please because it's a free country. They have the right to that, and we're all grateful to have the right to choose what we do with our life and our name. I've made poor choices, so I've attracted poor people. Making better choices, I will now begin to attract better people. That is simple science. Avi M, welcome on. How are you? Long time no see. Is that the Avi that we met a whole long time ago? Or is this a new Avi? Yeah, with all due respect to the negative people, I've officially come to the point where I'm completely drowning you out. I'm not even reading your comments anymore. I can't do it. Trust me when I say I want to. I care about you guys. I want to. But I am literally to the point where I'm looking at your photo. If I see you, I say, look at your photo and your name. I see if I see you, I'm not reading it. Not even acknowledging it. It's just one big ego trip for everybody else. It's possible that I was an egomaniac and I didn't even realize it in the beginning. My intentions were 100% genuine. But it is possible that I was full of myself and I didn't even mean to be or realize it. I'm not anymore. But it's possible. And based on this, it's probable. It's just how it is. And you know what the best part is? Even if they're quote unquote right about me in the perspective of ego, it still doesn't change a darn thing. I still get paid. we still move on with our life, it changes nothing. Literally. Changes nothing. What does change something is my actions moving forward. Caitlin,
Yeah.
since they're so negative, would you like to have a conversation with me? Or will you talk to me? I'm going to put their chat on silent so I can't see it.
Okay.
I can't handle this right now for the sake of my health. Will you talk to me? Now, don't give them any content. Meaning, don't tell any of your stories or anything you tell me. You know what I mean? Because that's stuff you should be making money on.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to get it for free. I'm honored that I get it for free.
Yeah.
But sure as hell don't give it to them for free.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Me.
Okay.
I want you to talk about me.
Okay.
Because twofold, it's going to build my confidence. Or threefold, it's going to build my confidence. It's going to let me know how well you do know me. We
Okay.
can talk about you off screen. I don't want them knowing about you.
Yeah.
And I bet you don't either. Threefold. I find out what you know about me. I get to piss off my haters. God's honest truth. And then 3, I don't remember. That's just 2 benefits. 3 is we get to talk. And when we're off screen, I'm up for Cuddle Sesh V2 and a little story time with Kate. Because I was very happy with the stuff you shared with me today. That was really nice.
Okay, talk about you. Let's see. You are very beautiful. You have gorgeous blue eyes. And you are
Masculine qualities.
masculine.
Can you share with me my masculine qualities to remind me of my masculinity? Because there's a lot of very aggressive people that are trying to feminize me or hypersexualize me, do anything to keep me from being myself.
Okay. Masculine qualities. You have a very strong, tender love.
A strong, tender love.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like you. There's sometimes like okay. I'm just gonna focus on positive. So when it seems like you are at your most balanced masculinity is when your love is so tender and soft, but it is solid like a rock. Like when you are standing there with me.
Are you describing one of my body parts?
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to downgrade your compliment. I just wanted to make a joke. I thought you'd like that. I love you.
I love you too.
Go ahead.
When you are holding me or when you are standing there with me and you are just, I don't know how to describe it other than just very solid in your mindset and
No different than stubborn.
yeah, no, not stubborn.
Okay. I was making sure that I didn't get lost in translation.
Mhm. When I mean like strong, I mean like the way that you're strong is like a rock, but I don't know. Like, you know how in like Christianity they say like there's like I don't know like it's just it's hard to describe.
I bet it is.
Okay, you know how there's like those knights in like the like fairy tales, and the knight has like that nobleness. They're strong and they have that nobleness to them, like that code of conduct kind of thing.
You mean the thing I like to pretend I don't have, so that people don't bother me with entertainment value that I'm their god? I'd rather be their devil than their god. God's honest truth, guys, if you're watching this, half of my reactions, I'd rather you hate me than like me. Because when people like me, they lie to me. When people hate me, they just tell the God's honest truth about what they think about me. I'd rather be hated than liked. But, so that nobility, yes, I'm aware of it.
Yeah. And then you're like that.
I wouldn't actually rather be hated than liked. But in the public eye, I would rather be hated than liked because people will be honest to my face. I love you. Go ahead.
I love you too. It's your broadcast. I am patient, and if you're going back to talking to them, I don't mind.
I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to see if we have any sane people in the room. See if I can find one. Got 53 people, a hell of a lot of craziness. I'm going to look for some sanity up in the comments.
Okay.
See if I can find something where nothing exists. Yep, I still a no. Any adults in the room? What's up?
Do you want this chocolate milk, or do you want me to put it in the fridge?
I finished a cup.
This is yours. This is mine.
I'll throw it in the fridge. Yeah, guys and girls, if you're new to the broadcast, my name is Jimmy Saroka, and I share my life with people. It's been a rough road, but it's better every day. Me and my girlfriend working on our relationship, and making things better. And the next 2 months are going to be very quiet, but they're going to be enjoyable and peaceful. There's going to be a lot to work through, a lot to explain through, a lot of catching up to do for a lot of people who don't know the truth about my life. But, I think the biggest thing right now is there's a lot of people who aren't aware of how the media manipulates the way that they think. And then there are people who are aware of how the media manipulates the way people think. And so they create media in reference to me to manipulate people in the way that they think about me. And I was dumb enough to continue to delete my content over the years when I was embarrassed of my actions. What I didn't realize was there were then people taking those videos and making it look even worse instead of just having a real conversation about what actually happened. And realistically, though, even in the moment when those things happened, I did have a conversation about what happened. And nobody wanted to hear it. And funny enough, if I had just left the content up, people could have watched it, and they would have realized, oh, that's not that bad. But now they think it is. So now what happened with me and Kate is pretty rough, but that was also facilitated by someone under the roof at the time who was left completely unabridged. But that's life. Lori goes, word. Salad. Here's the thing about salad. Every time I hear the word salad, all I think of is fruit salad. Because of the Wiggles. You ever hear of the Wiggles?
Well, I've heard of them, but I didn't really watch them.
Well, if the videos are saved, they should probably release all the videos to the internet for people to decide for themselves. They would make all the money on those videos. Or whatever. Or they would get all the views. It's not about the truth. If it was about the truth, all of my videos would be on the internet. That's the whole point. They have my videos. Those videos are not released to the public for a reason, so that people cannot decide for themselves. Boom. There's your epiphany. You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Or realistically, you don't want it. So, you just want control of someone's narrative. And I can relate to that. I get it, because your kid moved out. Now you want to control some other kid's life. It's not going to happen. But, fudge nuggets. I'm enjoying this. How am I enjoying this? What is wrong with me? I am a sick ticket. I must be a sick ticket. Because, I'm enjoying this right now. I think it's mostly because I know I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? I'll endure it because I know I'm getting money for it. If I wasn't, there's no way I'd be alive right now. Absolutely not. There's things that I do that are a passion, but, it's not my passion to sit and get abused for, 14 hours. It's not a passion. So, what I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the attention. I'm enjoying the payment. I'm new. I love you, says Sarah. Oh my gosh, I love you too. I think you just want peace, which is so admirable. Thank you, Sarah. Now please turn on me and drop me like a rock, because that's what everybody else does. Is they'll say something nice and then they're like, psych. But yes, I really do just want everybody to chill out. I just have a whole bunch of middle-aged angry people who just won't chill. They won't chill. Like they're from the age of the hippies, you know? Like they went through. I won't be doing that. She said, I'll be chilling. Well, much appreciated, Sarah. Like they went through the summer of love. What, is it they came off the drugs and now it's just like crap, and now they can't get access. You got weed. Go to a state where there's weed. You guys tell me I need weed. I just want to support you. I used to watch you in 2016. What? I'll be the judge of that. And I'm a good judge. I remember almost everybody from 2016 by name. And there was a couple hundred. It's only a couple hundred, but it was a couple hundred. Let's hear this right now. It's been a long road since 2016. Everybody was there in 2016 now, Kate. Katie, this is how it happened. I'm letting you know, this is how I lost my mind. Entertaining these people over and over, and like just lying and going like, they'll get their little, whatever the frick. And you know what the beautiful thing is? They're not gonna win, Kate. I mean it. They're not gonna get me this time. I'm going to sit here and I'll disacknowledge it, and I'll have a conversation with the adults when the adults enter the room. Because all these crazies do not exist at all times during the day. And even if they do, guess what? There's going to be times when I work out. There's going to be times when we cook. I don't have to sit here all the time, and you can help me start coming up with topics. And I'll just sit here and I'll talk about them. I'll just shut off the comments. Or you know what I'll do? I'll put it for super chat only. I can only see super chats. I cannot see any other comments except for super chat. So, unless you really, really want to say something mean to me and you're willing to pay for it, or you got something nice to say, I'm not going to see it. No satisfaction for the losers. With that said, maybe you can help me come up with some topics. So then I could just start talking about stuff, because I'm great at talking. And we'll try it out, and we'll do different days. And if people can't get a words in edgewise because of these people, then that's okay. We'll have a conversation elsewhere. I'll do it in the DMs like I used to. That's what I used to do. You weren't around for that, but that's what I used to do. Is people would just lose their crap here on live stream, then I would talk and talk and talk. But then I would help people in the background. I'd have conversations with people in the DMs and get to know them in the DMs. So if there's anybody that legitimately wants to have a conversation, you're more than welcome to DM me on any platform. I'm currently not operating on anything except for YouTube and Anchor. Anchor is where I do my podcast, but I do answer DMs on all platforms, and I'm on all of the mainstream platforms. There are a couple side platforms and foreign platforms that I operate on. But for the most part, like I said, YouTube and Anchor is where content's being made, at least until things are doing a little better financially. So this pandemic, it was a big hit for us, absolutely big hit for us. And we're taking it on the chin and moving forward. Taking it on the chin and moving forward. It's all going to be all right. I've got a good hour in me. Topics, yeah. You want to come up with some topics? Thanks. You know what I want? I want fresh fruit. You can't pull it out of the Barney bag. You can't pull it out of the Barney bag. We don't have it, but I would like some fresh fruit. Well, don't ask me them. I don't want them getting you for free. You're a human being. You're not to be treated as an object. I never treated you like one. All right. Let's see. What do I want to talk about? If stars were not like our sun, what would they be? That's not for me. If you'd mix any two animals together, what would they be? Yes! So down for that one. I would mix together a lion and a tiger. It's already a thing. It's called lager. I would mix together maybe a monkey and a giraffe. I'd make the giraffe like have arms like a monkey up around its neck, so it can, instead of having using its tongue to grab leaves, it could use its monkey arms to grab leaves and put in its mouth. Right? I also mix it with a unicorn, because a giraffe with a horn and wings would be epic. Just saying. I'd want him to be able to keep his coat though. Cool looking coat. Maybe I was gonna say a snake with legs, but that's just a lizard. Sorry, a thing. Oops, sorry guys, didn't mean to take your idea. That one's trademarked. Or what is it? Registered? That one's trademarked. Whatever. I don't know how you even call it. The design. That design is trademarked. Frogs. Frogs and what? What we could mix with a frog? Cat. Frog and a cat. Imagine a cat with frog's legs. I really hope one of you out there is like tripping balls on LSD right now. Then probably that'd be pretty funny. My thoughts would be pretty funny. What else? A human and a hawk, but they only get the wings. So an angel. I would love to have wings. Don't know about you. Here's what I'm afraid of. So many feet in the air. Like you get a cramp, and then you die on the pavement. You know. What? Nets. I like that. We could put. Kate says we could put like nets and trampolines down. So what we could do is we could get trampolines or nets. We can get netting and put it alongside the highways. So there's people who don't have wings, so they're driving cars, and there's people who do have wings, and those people can fly along the highway, on the side of the highway. And if they get a cramp in the wing, they just fall into the net. But what happens if two people fall on each other? Lawsuit? Insurance. Flying insurance. Or life insurance, depending on who you hit. Well, you know, if I fall on Dwayne Johnson, it's probably not going to end well. Just my thoughts. All right, what else? Two other animals that I would mix together. Let me ask you guys, what animals, we're going to make the chat public, see if we can be adults for half a second. If you could mix together two animals, what animals would you mix together? Guys, you do realize that all of you in the comments, like literally, already know each other. Like, it's the most insane thing. Katie, literally, they already all, like, I looked at a bunch of names. They all already know each other, and they're trying to, like, talk to the new audience. There's no new audience. Like, it's literally just them talking to each other. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure. They have officially encapsulated the definition of insanity. Okay, if there are any new people in here, any legitimate humans, what two animals would you mix together if you could? What two animals would you mix together if you could? Thank you, Rachel Holton. Rachel Holton says a turtle and a penguin. What would it look like? Would it be a penguin with a turtle shell? Would it be a turtle with a penguin head? If I ever saw one of those, I'd be running the other direction. Just, oh my God, I would cry. I would cry. Turtle and a penguin. You should draw that, and we could show them. Would you want to share that? We could put that. You could put that with the blog. That's more content. You could throw on the blog. With the blog. So there you go. Write that down. Turtle and a penguin. Rachel Holton. Caitlin is going to draw a turtle and a penguin. She's an artist. She'll draw a turtle and a penguin. She's not like a professional artist. She'll do a little doodle, but she'll throw it on Patreon. Kate, stuff like that, are you willing to put that up for free? That they could view it without having to be patron? All right, so there's free content. Patron free. You don't have to pay. And she'll put her little drawings on there. You wouldn't have to pay for those drawings anyway. Like just like my content, you don't have to pay for my content because I'm no good at what I do. She's better at her drawing than I am at living life. I digress. Shark and a tiger. Oh. A shark and a tiger. Penguins are cute little shits. Yes, they are, Chad. Can she do a shark and a tiger? Can you do it? Guys, you gotta, let's help map this out for me. Rachel, can you do me a favor and tell me what, like, would the turtle have? Would it be a turtle that looks like a penguin or a penguin that looks like a turtle? Some descriptors, please. All right, we need to put out an APB. We need to find this animal. It's on the loose. And a shark and a tiger, Sarah. Well, Sarah, what would that look like? Yeah, me, myself, she does draw. She draws sigils, not you. Tiger shark. Tiger shark would be cool. Sandy goes, a whale and a giraffe would look like the Loch Ness Monster. A whale and a giraffe. Like in the movie Waterhorse, yeah. So write that one down. There you go. That's from Sandy Oates. Old time frenemy. Mine would have 4 legs like a tiger. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that one. You don't have to write this down. Okay, I'll screenshot it. Four legs like a tiger and a mixture of shark teeth and tiger teeth. Do they look very different? I bet they do. Like his tiger teeth. Oh boy. Okay, so Rachel says it would be a penguin with a turtle shell. You're good, Rachel. You're good. But typos are something that we're used to. Something that I'm used to. I'm getting used to being the one that does this. I'm in a penguin with a turtle shell. Yeah, you're good. gonna be a long month, says me myself. It's gonna be a good month. It's gonna be a good long month. And it's gonna be a good long next month too. Very excited about that. Katie, you know what I'm excited for? The numbers are going down. You know why that's good right now? It's not a high traffic time, which means most of the traffic is dropping. And as we talk about normal stuff, they're going away. It's a good sign. Sometimes less is more. It's about being grateful when there's one or two people in the broadcast. That's how you get to 40. That's how you get to 500. That's how you got to the 5,000 I was at. Starts with one or two. You talk with people. That's all that matters. And you drown out all the noise, even when the noise is other people. Sarah says sharks shed approximately 35,000 teeth in a lifetime, replacing those that fall out. That would be a cool net to put down. To put a net under the ocean where there's shark habitats to catch all the teeth. Can you imagine the market that could be created for that? And you don't have to kill the shark. You just have to wait for the teeth to fall out. I would really like to make shark teeth jewelry. I think that would be a cool endeavor. That'd be fun. What do you think? What? What? Oh. Shark teeth necklaces is masculine. Okay, cool. Oops, excuse me. Cool. I have a tiger tooth necklace, says Sarah. Cool. Yeah, Sarah, my apologies if I don't believe you about who you are, because I have had a blindfold on my, like somebody put a blindfold on me and spin me in circles. I put a blindfold on myself. Oh, did you fart that bad? Oh, I thought you were covering your nose. I'm like, it's not my fart. It's not my fault. I'm all the way over here this time. Guys, something that I really recommend giving a try sometime. If you have a cool girlfriend, it's only if you have a cool girlfriend. I'm here to chat. Much appreciated. It's only if you have a cool girlfriend. Have to have a cool girlfriend or guy friend or whatever, not gender specific. When you fart, if it is a really, really rough fart, now you gotta know, right? You gotta know if it's wet. If you feel it coming on wet, then you gotta be ready, so you can get on your hand. But if what you ate was really smelly, right? You know it's gonna create a smelly fart. When you're ready to fart, you grab your hand and you clasp it like this, and you fart into your hand, and then you throw it and you go Hadoken, and then you ruin their life. They'll be okay after 5 minutes, but just try it sometime, just for fun. Okay, shame is not something I'm familiar with. In case you haven't noticed, shame is something I don't experience well. Fun times with Saroka, that's right. Or another great one is when you feel one coming on. And why would you do that? Because I'm me, and Kate's starting to do it back to me, and it's hilarious. She does it a little bit. She's ashamed. She's like, oh no, don't tell them that. It's. I love you. I love you. We have fun. I don't mind you doing that to me. And you shouldn't worry what people think. You're you. Whoever you are, that's you. And you don't want me to tell them, so I won't tell them. But you're beautiful. Just the way you are. Beautiful. You're still trouble. Oh my God, are you trouble? This girl could convince you of anything. Trust me. She pretends like she's this innocent little thing. You have no idea. This woman convinces you of anything. She's a better politician than I am. I'm a pretty darn good politician. Poor girl. Yeah, they got you. They got you. She's got you brainwashed. Kate has you brainwashed. She ain't poor. She's rich as all hell. She's the one that has every opportunity in the book. She's saying no to all of them because she's smart enough to say yes to me. Oh, all right. I need snuggles. Like I'm feeling myself gravitate to this woman. This is a fun talk, everyone. I think Sarah and Rachel, thank you very much for sharing about the animals. Kate is going to go ahead and draw those, and then I'll take a screenshot of that, and I'll throw it up on a screenshot, take a photo of it, or a scan, and we'll put it up on Patreon. It'll be patreon.com. It's patreon.com/JIMSAROKA, Jim Saroka. And those will be free up there. Kate's going to be writing the blog, and the blog will not be free. We did order a phone, and Amazon sent it to the wrong place, and now they will not refund the money. And so screw you, Amazon. I already deleted my Amazon account, and I have like major gripes with Amazon. So we purchased a mattress from them, and it had fiberglass in it. So a million other things. Here's what I'm going to say, guys. Here's what I learned about my experience with Amazon. It's nice to be big, and it's nice to have a lot of money. But if you're too big for your own britches and you can't make sure to do it with integrity, don't do it at all. If you're not going to do it well, don't do it at all. Right? Same could be said about the way I was. I probably would have made it big. But it would have been more hurtful than helpful to people. And I'm ashamed of that. And I'm working through it. And I didn't mean for that. I promise you. I'm still not doing great, but I am trying to get better. I feel that's a good note to end on. Bye, guys.